Evening everyone, Brian here again with BMK Retro Gaming. Tonight I have a little introduction for you guys for the next type of videos in my series on my channel. And that's going to be an introduction to the ColecoVision. Now I have a CollectorVision Phoenix which uses FPGA field programmable gate array chips to recreate all the capabilities and more of the ColecoVision coming in the not too distant future. But I would like to do some reviews on ColecoVision games before then. So we're going to do a little bit of substituting here. This is the ColecoVision Flashback. From At Games. And it happens to be a pretty decent plug-and-play console. It has, as you guys can probably see, 60 games built in for the ColecoVision, and like a lot of other forms of emulation, the games may play just a tad faster than an original ColecoVision cartridge would have back in the day. And it may be a tad off on some of the sound effects and music. But I've noticed before that by checking with YouTube videos and such, that these are aspects of the games in this form that you probably wouldn't notice too much unless you're actually looking for them. So anyway, let's go ahead and... The box is nice. You guys can see we've got a nice, what I think is Venture artwork here. You can see we've got some games here from Venture to Frenzy to Zaxxon, Space Panic, and Jumpman Jr. It even has some a nice collection of even some of the homebrew games which have been released for it before. So not really a bad option at all in most respects. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at her. This is the main unit. It basically connects with the old school AV cable type setup, as you guys can probably see. And it does have a little bit of a look that kind of is reminiscent of the original ColecoVision in style. It's not much to it. It's got 2 controller ports, not bad. Talks about, everything on back. These units can be a bit finicky at times, but mine have kept working and have been reliable for years now. I've had this thing for, I forget if I got it in 2014 or 15 or what, but I've had it for quite a while. I've lived at my current apartment complex for nearly 5 years now, so I've had it longer than that. And here's an example of the controller types. They kind of resemble the original ColecoVision controllers, except for being, as you guys can possibly tell, they are a bit smaller and a bit lighter. Definitely this is a much shorter and lighter joystick than you would usually find on a typical ColecoVision or Coleco Atom controller, Coleco Atom computer controller, which I do have a pair of those, which you guys will get to see once my CollectorVision Phoenix arrives, as it will be used with those. And of course it has a pretty simple power brick. Pretty simple plug-in kind of similar to what you'd use to plug in something pretty similar to something like you might use to plug in something like I don't know, a lot of plug and play style stuff. You'd probably find this to be similar to what we used to plug in our phone chargers with. It's a little red light to let you know when it's being fed power and everything. Not bad. And the unit comes with a pretty simple manual, which doesn't explain a whole lot in terms of gameplay and all, but it does give you a little bit of an overview. You can find out if games are supposed to be one player, two player, what with it, for the most part. Oops. See, like here, we've got brain strainers. It tells you one or two players. It tells you artillery duel is two players strictly. And at least for some games, you have some collections of reproduced overlays. They're not the highest, best quality or the greatest in every respect, but they will generally do to help you with getting your gameplay done on a vast majority of things. And those can definitely come in handy some. Dadgum, I'm losing stuff everywhere here, aren't I? Let's see, we have some for, oh, I forget, but I believe this one might possibly be for, here we go, it says on the side. Fortune Builder, which is actually a pretty nice game. Las Vegas Blackjack and Poker, I believe this one is for. This is for War Room, which was a pretty interesting game. I actually enjoyed that one. Got one here for the Dam Busters, which is a pretty excellent game in its own right, too. And that's about what we got for overlays that I can tell. Anyway, it's going to be some pretty fun. I think maybe starting tomorrow I'll get you guys up a review of a ColecoVision game posted. And we'll start to take a look into that. The ColecoVision itself was released back in 1982, August, I believe, and by December had sold 500,000 units, and was the best second-generation home video game console at doing arcade ports. Something I think you guys are probably going to see. Anyway, we'll get into all that with one of our first games tomorrow, I believe. And, well, if you guys enjoy my content, please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. I'm always open to feedback, so please leave any comments, questions, or suggestions in the comments section below. And I'm also going to include a link to one of my favorite YouTuber, Tyler, who does his YouTube channel, Player One Start. He has it may be a bit long, but he has a nice review of the ColecoVision home video game console and such. And I think you guys will enjoy that, so I will leave a link to that. You guys take care, have a good night, and I will see you all again in my next video.